Hey y'all, it's Diane, Shawcraft 1 in my old barn door, and we are back at the jelly print plate, playing around, and I wanted to show you kind of what I like to do to try and clean it off a little if it starts getting too grungy for me or whatever. So I'm just going to take a little bit of white paint, and I'm just going to brayer it all over the jelly plate, and I'm going to try and go quickly because I don't want my paint to dry. I want it to be a little bit wet so that I can, clean off as much as I can, but still leave enough to give me some of the ghost prints that I like. Okay, so here I have a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock or designer paper that I'm probably never going to use. So I'm just going to lay it over the plate. Oops. And I'm going to take this one so I can get the very edges. I'm going to come over here with it. And I'm just going to pick up as much of that that's on the plate as possible. You can even go over it with your brayer to try and give it, a good press. Whoops. Okay, and then I'm going to very carefully pull. Now it's not going to get everything, but it will get a lot of it. Okay. There we go. So then we have that, and that is going to make for a really cool start of a new background. And I like that you can see this little burst kind of here in the middle. So now it is a scrapbooking page that I would use. So that's just another idea that you can use if you want to clean your plate. And as you can see, it's not completely clean. There's still some good stuff on there, some yummies on there. So I think what we're going to do is just do some basic backgrounds and just kind of show you some of the basic techniques of jelly printing. So I'm going to grab a few colors that I want to add to the plate. So let's do, this one is called Peaches and Cream. It's by Americana. I think I got this at Hobby Lobby. So I'm just going to drop a few drops here and there, and I'm just going to do it in one corner of the plate so that you don't always have to use the whole plate. And then I think I want to take, this is called Nautical Blue, and it'll look pretty with the peach. So I'm just going to drop a few drops of that on there. And you know what? Let's just do two colors for now. You can do more than two colors, or you can just do two colors. You can do one color, however you want to do it. Okay. So now we have a simple background, and I'm actually going to take this background, slide this over, and I'm going to run this right up through here so that it kind of covers the piece that we didn't get earlier on that one. And then I'm going to grab one of these, like this one, or this. I think we'll do this side because I just want to cover the whole page. Okay, so we're going to put that down. I'm going to grab one of my scrap sheets and just go right over that and just pull that all up. So these are the very basic techniques, and see, I got some of the extra on there. This is actually going to turn out to be a fun sheet, I think, when we get finished with it. Okay, and then we're going to pull this up and see what we got. Now see, it's pulled some of that black from a previous print, and it's made a really cool background on there, and you can still even see some of the little circles that were on there from before. And I love how it looks like it's got a little bit of a shimmer to it. So now I like the way this one printed, so we're going to put this one to the side and let it dry. And then next, let's do some different colors. So this one is called Rose Pink. So we'll do this one on this corner down here. And I'm just going to do a few drops of that. And then we'll do this apple barrel. It's called Parrot Blue. Got this from Walmart. Got a little piece of dried paint in there that we don't need. And we're just going to drip a little bit of this on here. Okay. And then let's add something to brighten it up a little bit. Let's do a little bit of this dew green. I'm really loving this dew green color lately. So I'm just going to squeeze some little bits of it over my plate. Ooh, it just keeps coming out. Okay, and then we're just going to... Okay, so now I like this that's on my brayer, so I want to add that to a page. So let me just grab a page. I'm going to scoot the jelly plate over real quick, and so I just want to take this and go all the way down this page. And so now we have created another cool background that we didn't have to use the jelly plate for, and I like that, so we're going to keep it. So we'll do something with it on the other side too, but let me pull the jelly plate back over. So we're going to keep going. Scoot this over just a little because I'm left-handed. Alright, so we're going to go this way with this one. We're going to keep going with this because I kind of want it to have, you know, that mixed look to it. Okay, and we're going to go right over that with that. But I don't want it to be mud. Alright, so let's find a different sheet that we can use. Okay, so let's go with this one. And we're just going to lay it down like this. I'm going to take my scrap piece, put it on top, and we're just going to rub that in. So you can get all kinds of different backgrounds just from the way you lay your paint out on the jelly plate. So you can do in the little droplets, and you can kind of mix them together. Oh, that's cool looking. Or you can do them in strips and make like a rainbow effect. Okay, we're just going to pull this one all the way up. And sometimes you'll get, you know, your print from the page on your plate, but that's okay because you can pick it up in the next print. But I love that background. I think that one's really pretty. So this one we'll leave like it is, and then we'll use the back side once that dries to do another. Or you don't have to use the back side. Like if I was gonna, you know, use this as an envelope, I wouldn't do anything to the back side. I'd just, you know, fold it up, and then you have a cute little envelope. So that's something that you can think about too. Alright, so we did the droplets. Now let's do the lines and see what that gives us. And I think we're going to go with some brighter colors. So let's go with a hyacinth. This is called hyacinth. So we're just going to do a line of that. Whoops. And then let's do a yellow. This one comes out fast, so this one's a little bit thinner than the Anita's. The apple barrel is a little bit thinner. Okay, so now let's do the Minted Aqua. Okay, and then we'll do a pink. Let's do Rose Layette. Oh, this one's not open. Hang on. Okay, we got this one open. So we'll do Rose Layette. Oh, that one's pretty. All right. So then we're just going to take our brayer, and I'm going to go a little sideways because I'm left-handed, so I tend to get a little sideways. Now this is kind of thick, and that's okay. So we might need to go all the way to the top. I didn't realize it was going to be that thick. Okay, so now at this point, you can either brayer that off or you can run it through the yellow, but I'm going to brayer it off so that I think I actually want to go this way with two colors and go all the way up and then come back down, and it's just going to kind of make a rainbow effect there. And we got quite a lot of paint there at the top, so we're going to take some of that off, and then we're going to go in with this pink and make our little rainbow. Whoops. Okay, now we have our rainbow effect. Let's use a stencil. Oh, I'm going to brayer through that and make it a little bit smoother. Alright, so let's grab a stencil. I have this really large honeycomb stencil, so let's see what we can get with it. And I'm going to grab a clean sheet of paper, and I actually think I'm going to use copy paper with this one just to see what it looks like without the lines. Okay, we're going to put that over that. What did I do with my big sheet? Here it is. And then I'm going to lay this on top of it and just rub that down real good. Now, when you're using stencils like this, you want to make sure that you press down really well in between the holes so that you get a good print. So you want to go all the way. Okay, so let's see what we got. That's kind of cool looking already. Alright, so let's pull this up and see. Oh, I love that. That might be one of my favorites. Isn't that pretty? Alright, so we're going to lay that to the side, and then we're going to take our stencil off. I'm going to scoop my jelly plate over. And I'm going to take my little 12 by 12 piece here, and I'm going to lay my stencil on top of it and see. Sometimes you can get color off, and sometimes you can't. We're going to try, so I'm just going to brayer over it, see what it gives us. Oh, how cool is that? I like that. So see, that's on the back side of this piece here. So now we're going to get rid of our stencil. We're going to bring our jelly plate back over. And then we're going to grab another sheet. And we're just going to lay it right on top of that. And then I'm going to put this down here and rub over. Let's see what we get. Whoops. Very nice. So this is what's called a ghost print. So you get a little bit of a ghost print on there. Now, I still have lots of paint here, but it's kind of dry. Excuse me. So I'm just going to take a little white, or you can use a gel medium, either way. But I'm going to just sprinkle a little white over this. brayer it in. Okay, and then I'm going to take this one here and just go sideways in here with it, like this. And I'm going to take this one that we did earlier, and I'm going to do the same thing. And then let's see if we can find another one that we just want to get that little bit of it with. So maybe this one. Well, let's do it on this side. Okay, and we're just going to get the very edge of that with that. Okay, and then I'm going to lay this on top of it and just rub everything in real good. And the reason I lay this on top is so I don't get as much paint on my hands. I still always get it on my hands, but it kind of helps to protect your hands a little from just rubbing all in the paint. Okay, so let's see what we got on this one. Okay, so we got a white strip, but it's got the ghost print of that honeycomb stencil in there. Let's see what we get on this one. Okay, that turned out pretty cool. And I still like the way it has some of those colors left in there, but I really like that a lot. So this one I'm going to call done, and we're going to lay it over here to dry. And let's see what we get off of this one. Okay, same thing. I really like that. Now, I wish that I wouldn't have put it on these because I actually liked that background. But you live and learn, and the white background kind of covered over that background. So, but that's okay because this is still really pretty, and it'll make something really pretty, a cool envelope or a tag or something like that. Okay, so I love this, so we're going to leave that, and I love this, so we're going to leave that. So this one we're going to call done because we can make a tag out of it, all kinds of different things. You can do collage with it, anything you want to do. Okay, so I have this one, and it doesn't have anything on the back, and it doesn't always have to have something on the back, especially if you're going to make, you know, an envelope out of it. And that in itself would just be a really cute envelope. So we're going to leave that one. Okay, so this one is one of those pages that I just brayered off my brayer, you know, my color on. So let's see if we can get a pretty image on this one. So let's do some different colors. I think I want to add like a really light lavender. This one is barely lilac. So we're going to do the dots on this one. Maybe if he wants to do the dots, he doesn't seem to be wanting to do the dots right now. Okay, so we have the lilac. And then let's go in with this minted aqua, because I'm just kind of into these colors right now. You know, it's the spring colors and the spring mood. Excuse me if you can hear the TV. My husband is watching TV because he's home now, so he's watching his show. But I wanted to play for a little bit longer, so. Okay, then I have this really light pink. This is called Princess Pink. So we'll do a couple of drops of these. And it's not very far from that lilac color. That's okay. We're going to add in, you know what, let's do this deep celery. I haven't used it yet. Let's just add a little bit of that in, just to kind of brighten it up a little. Maybe it'll brighten it up a little. We shall see. Okay, let's see what we get. And you know what? Maybe I want to drop a little bit of white in there around that deep celery color. Okay, well, my white's going crazy, but that's okay because it'll all mix in. Alright, so we're just going to take our brayer We're going to go this way and this way. So see, you don't always have to brayer or, you know, rub the paint off of your brayer. But there's a lot of paint on here, so oh, I love the way it's mixed in like that. So we're gonna rub that off, and then let's use, I think I have a doily in here somewhere. You know what, let's use some of these. This is Braille paper, and so let's just make some marks in here with our Braille paper and see what it does. I haven't used this yet, so let's just see what it gives us. And then we can take our corrugated cardboard, make some marks over here. And now once I pull this up, I'm going to take this to my scrap sheet and see if I can get some of those off. Sometimes you can and sometimes you can't. It's according to how light your paint is. Now I got just a little bit there, but hey, it adds a little something. Okay, so then let's do some more of the cardboard here. And then let's take some of our bubble wrap and just do some little random places with our bubble wrap. And we're going to wipe that off on our extra sheet. Okay, let's go up here. And I think that's good. Let's just see what we get with that. So now, since I didn't really like this and I just kind of brayered off on it, let's lay it down and see what we get right here. Okay, so I'm going to take my scrap piece, if I can find it, and I'm just going to lay it right here, and that way I can go over it really well and get some good markings with it. Okay, so let's see what we get from this, and maybe we'll get a better print. Oh yes, I love that background so much better. And I don't know if it's picking it up on the camera, but you can see a little bit of the braille marks there, and then you have the lines. But isn't that a pretty background now versus what it was before? So I love that. So we're going to call that one finished. And then I have this one that I had just been kind of painting off on, so to speak. So let's just take this one up here and see what we get from it. So I'm going to lay this on top of it. And then we'll pull our print and see what we got. Now it was pretty light because our paint was good and dry, but I love how that turned out actually. I really like that. So now, so that's still, there's still some more layering that we can do on there. But you know, you've just taken a sheet that you wouldn't normally use in your journal and you've made it pretty so you will use it in your journal. Now we still have lots of paint over here and we don't want to waste that. But we also don't want to wash it away. So let me grab, hang on. Okay, so I have a few fun stamps that I thought would be cool to play with. So in keeping this, we're just going to put some white. We're going to brayer some white on the top of this. And then we're going to add some stamps in there and see what we get. And this way we still get all of our colors, but we can get some designs too. Alright, so this is like tickets. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp this right down here. Now, if you're picky with your stamps, you'll want to go ahead and wash this. But you have to do it quickly because it's, you know, this is going to dry fairly quickly. Let's do this one here. I don't particularly have to. These are new stamps though, so I don't mind my stamps being dirty. It doesn't bother me. Okay, and then I have this one let's put it right here. Stamp it down. You can use an acrylic block if you want to. I just choose to kind of do it this way because it's quicker to me. And then we have this one that's kind of neat. So let's stamp this down. Okay, I'm just going to lay that over to the side. And then you know what? Let's take this, which is our scrap piece, and let's just put it on here and see what we get, because it might make something pretty. Okay, so I'm going to take this and lay on top of it and just rub that in. So there's lots of things that you can use to do this. Stamps, all kinds of different shapes and colors, die cuts. There's all kinds of things that you can use to play with on your Gelli plate. The possibilities are endless, so just be warned that when you get one, you're going to be addicted to it and you're going to want to play with everything, because that's the way I've been. Okay, so look how cool that is. So this was my scrap sheet that I was just stamping things off on, or rubbing things down with. And then look how cool that turned out. It had kind of some bright muddy colors in there, but now you get just the little faint images of the stamps in there. There's some of the tickets. There's that one. So let's do one more, because we're about 26 minutes. Let's do one more. I want to do some color with some stamps in it, and let's see what we get out of that. Okay, so we're just going to do a little small square. Let's do it over here in this corner. So let's see, and I think I'm just going to do one color. So what color do I want? I think I want to do this green. So this is that dew green. So I'm just going to put some on there. Maybe add in a little bit of white. Not much. And then we're just going to spread it out. And you'll see that the thinner you get your paint, the more of a print that you're going to get on with your stamps. Okay, so I'm going to take this and this print here, and I'm just going to kind of rub that off and put a little color in different spots on this page, and that brayers it off. Okay, so let's take this stamp here, and we'll do this stamp here, and this stamp here. Let's do this stamp here, and let's do a die cut or two. Actually, I have some flowery ones. Let's do... That's not going to work. But this one might, if we do it like that. It'll give us a little bit. Alright, so I'm just going to dab my little stamp down into the paint, and then I'm going to, now you can take your stamps, and slide this to the side. You have to do it fairly quickly, but you can go ahead and stamp that paint down. Sometimes you'll be able to see it and sometimes you won't. I'm going to go ahead and press this one down into the paint, and then I'm going to press it onto this paper. I can see it, but you probably can't see it because that paint color is such a light color, but I can see it on there. Okay, let's try this one here. So I'm a big fan of not wasting the paint. Okay, and then we're going to take this one and put it over here. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that, but it's a very light image of the paints in there. Okay, so now we have this. So let's take this one that I just kind of used to brayer it off on. And let's go this way with it, like this. And then here's just a little scrap piece that I was using. So let's put him over here. and rub him down and see what we get. And then for that little bit of green paint that I have left there, let's take this piece and we're just going to lay it right there and just get that little stripe of green, and that way we don't waste any paint. Okay, so we got our little stripe of green. It's just a little bit because that was already drying. Alright, so let's see what we got on this one. Okay, so that's just like a big glob, so you couldn't see that real good. I can see a very faint print of the stamp there, but you probably can't. So that's on the white background. This one is the color background, so let's see if we did any better on the background that had the color on it. See if it'll show up a little better. Oh, it does show up a little bit better. So we've got half of the tickets here, and then you have the little stamp here, and it's plain where there was no color in behind it. But I actually like the way that turned out. So I'm going to pull this up here. I'm going to see if I can stamp it off here. I'm actually going to try and brayer it. You may or may not get color off of it, and I didn't. But you have this left, so I'm going to take this bottom portion and see if I can pick that up. Sometimes you can and sometimes you can't, but if you can't, then you can just put you a base color on the background and pull that print up. Okay, let's see what we got. Yeah, see, it just pulled a very tiny, teeny tiny little bit. I hope my camera's focusing right. Sorry, that didn't seem to be focusing very well. So then we have this left over. So let's put, I think I actually want to put a little pink, like a really, really light pink. So I have this princess pink, and I just want to put it right over this. So that I can try and pull that onto my page. Okay, so I'm going to take this, and I'm going to do it just like this. Put this over it, and rub it in good. I feel like I don't have enough time on these videos to really show you what all you can do. And I get so involved in it that I forget which way I was going to go with it. So it's a little bit of a problem for me. Okay, so we were able to pull that print with that really light pink, so you can still see the color of the purple in the background, and you still have that stamp there as well. So that one will be a cool background, and I'm going to come back and show you some things that you can do, you know, in the solid color areas. So those are some of the backgrounds that you can do, some of the very basic backgrounds that you can do. And if you have any comments or questions, leave them in the comment box below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you will. And thanks so much for watching. Hope y'all have a great day. Big hugs.